You will marry a High Lord and rule this castle. And your sons shall be knights and princes and lords.
No. That's not me.
Hello and welcome to MCM Reacts, where some of the team behind MCM Comic Con get together every Monday morning and watch the 8th and final season of Game of Thrones. I'm Alice.
I'm Ellie, and we just watched the 4th episode, The Last of the Starks.
Yep, a lot of heartbreak in that episode.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking at the beginning where everyone they're all lined up and they're all having to burn the dead. I really like how they kind of split it out between like Dany burnt Jorah, Sansa burnt Theon. I really like how the episode is called The Last of the Starks, and that's really what this episode was. We have a really nice scene where everyone is at the weirwood tree, and it is kind of like they're coming back together again. No matter how much they've been through and the wars that they have to fight and how much they've changed, they are still family. I think that's really nice. The saying from the beginning was obviously the lone wolf dies but the pack survives, and it's really nice to see them still pulling together, even if Sansa does immediately just blab about Jon. She had this whole speech about how we're family and we stick together, and then just fucks it all up.
Yeah, I think they've been hurt so often that they don't really know how to function as a family again anymore, but they're getting there. Yeah. I think they showed it. It could have been a really dark episode, but then things really like lit up. It was basically a giant frat party.
Yeah, I loved that part. It was proper like, we've won this war, we're gonna celebrate. And everyone did, everyone celebrated.
Yeah, it was cool. And then the nicest moment within that was Gendry.
It was nice, but it's also, what is Dany up to? Knighting someone, giving them their home back, making him a lord.
Yeah, she's really playing the game.
Yeah,
she really is. She's trying to earn allies, and I think you can see from the expression of her face while she's watching everyone cry around Jon and have a good time with him as their sort of war hero, that she's not fitting in here. They're not looking at her the way that everyone else looks at her.
Yeah, and it's really hard to see it because she's slowly just losing more and more of what she does have. She had Jorah, and she had Missandei, and she had 3 dragons, and she had Jon, who I used to believe she loved. I don't know whether I still believe that anymore. But to see her having to look at Jon surrounded by people who follow him and love him without question because they know he's a good man, I think she's realising that she is not that person.
No, you can see the jealousy as well on her face. It's not a pretty look for her. She's always been the leader. She's always had her head together, and she's always known the right thing to do, and she's always had a purpose. And I feel like she's losing more and more of that, and she's losing the thread of it.
Yeah, well, we see that from her plan with when they finally decide to go down to King's Landing. She really goes without any plan. Her plan is, I've got dragons, come at me, and they do. Let's see how that worked out.
Yeah, no, they didn't even, when Sansa sort of warned her and told her, you need to give your men some time to sort of heal, she was right. That wasn't treason. That was her giving her like sound advice. They didn't even do any recon. If they'd sent a couple of people to sort of scope out what was going on, they would know about the crossbows.
Yeah.
They didn't do any of that, so it's kind of her own fault, and that's led to her losing a dragon, but also Missandei.
Yeah, and that was really the only friend she had left that she could trust wholeheartedly.
She deserved more as a character.
Yeah.
She was such a sweet person. She was so smart and intelligent, and she's so loyal, and she's been with her. I feel like she deserved more. Cersei, it was just the perfect moment for Cersei to get to her.
Yeah, absolutely. She knew what she was doing. She knew that she had the perfect character that she could use as a pawn in that whole situation.
It's just a shame that she had to go out like that, and it's a shame for Grey Worm, because I think Cersei's really made an enemy.
Yeah, throughout the whole season they've been, wistfully dreaming about what their future is and the life they're going to have, and even on that moment when they're on the boat and they hold hands, I think I just looked at you and I was like, they're not getting any sort of happy ending. I think they're both going to die.
Yeah, I think he's going to go all in, and he's going to try and take Cersei down.
Yeah.
Which is everyone's goal, but he's got a special hatred now.
Yeah.
Because it must take a lot for someone unsullied to really show emotion in a battle situation, in a combat situation, and I'm surprised he didn't rage right there and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got to have some like repressed anger for Cersei now.
Absolutely.
And Cersei, I don't think she necessarily wanted to be the bad guy. You can tell from her face when Tyrion approaches. She could have killed him, and she hesitated. She there's something in there.
Yeah, I really love how this is kind of playing out to be a battle of two wills. Dany is this character who she's had everything working against her since she was a kid, and she is trying so hard now to be this good person and stay this good person. I think we're all noticing that she's going a little bit insane, and rightfully so. She's lost pretty much everything, but she still thinks that she has that good heart. Whereas I think Cersei is the literal direct opposite of that. She's been through so much. She's watched all of her children die. She's watched her family betray her. She's watched even her people betray her. And she is trying so hard, I think, to be this big, bad, evil queen who doesn't care and doesn't have any emotions. But more and more recently, we've seen her just breaking down over things. Seeing her brother talking about her children, like all of these things are getting to her, and she's still trying to be this stone-faced, powerful leader.
I think a lot of the characters in this show are women who have been through a lot, and have to be that kind of. They have to approach every relationship with caution, and I think Cersei doesn't have an actual friend in the world. Every single person who's loyal to her is loyal because of power. Whereas when she faced Dany in the last season, everyone that was there was there because they loved her. Jon gave her everything because he loves her. Everyone believes in her, whereas no one believes in Cersei, but she's in that position anyway. Cersei's done a really good job of staying out of the major conflict, so she's got most of her armies left. She has obviously tapped into Qyburn's knowledge. I think that's the only reason those crossbows are so effective.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he knew where to hit them. And obviously it worked to took one of them down. And now she's in, their situations are reversed. When they approached her the last season, it was clear that she was vastly outnumbered. And then when they approached her now, the tables have completely turned.
Well, even Varys says that, doesn't he, when he's like, the odds are distressingly even now. I thought it would be even more outweighed, so I'm kind of glad that they are at least even. When I saw all the Dothraki die and all the Unsullied, I was like, they have no one. But at least there is a level playing ground now. I reckon that means that the last dragon has to die though, so that it truly is a fair fight.
Possibly. I mean, he's almost out of action anyway. It's so scary to
so
face
injured.
Jaime actually had a really nice moment with Brienne, and that led to even more, which obviously was difficult to watch because we've known them as friends, so seeing them go to the next level is a bit weird.
I always said I want them to be together, but I just don't want to see it. Seeing them and they all start undressing each other, it was just so awkward.
It was so awkward the whole time. He's like, it's hot in here.
It was so like,
it's so smooth.
It was cute, but I didn't need to see it. Didn't need to watch it.
And then obviously he leaves after he gets some news about what's happened in the south. Do you think that he is going to save her, as he said, or is he going to kill her?
Jaime is a good man with a good heart, and I think this whole time he's been on this redemption story, and it's not done. I think he knows that the end of that is that he's going to be the one to kill Cersei. I really hope that's what happens anyway. He's been building up to it, and even though he says, you know, she's hateful and so am I don't think he is. I think he's got a good heart and he knows what he needs to do.
I think he just knew exactly what he needed to say to Brienne.
Absolutely.
To get her to believe.
She was not going to let him go easily.
No.
So to really put the knife where it hurts, I think that's what he did.
So he's going to go down. And also they had that moment with Bronn. Which kind of felt out of place. He kind of teleported to the north, had a little moment with them in the tavern, and then just peaced out.
I really hope this is a setup for something bigger and not like a, oh no, we forgot that we asked Bronn to do this, so we have to put a scene in with him, or else he'd just be like off in the wilderness wandering around.
Imagine if they don't give him Highgarden and then we have a little happy ending and he just comes across.
Excuse me.
Where did that come from?
But I don't think he'll do it. No. I think him and Tyrion, they're best buds, as much as I don't want to admit it.
I love their bromance.
Absolutely.
Another two characters that had a special moment were Arya and Gendry, even though it wasn't the moment that he wanted. Obviously he was on a high from being made the Lord of Storm's End, and he literally proposed to her. He did it on one knee and everything.
He really did not know how to read that room.
No.
She was very not for that, and he just didn't care. He was like, I'm going to marry this girl, I'm going to marry this assassin.
This is what I want. I don't know how he didn't see that wasn't going to work well. Arya has literally said to his face, multiple occasions, I'm not a lady. Stop calling me a lady. Like, that's never been her.
I love how that scene was a direct callback to season 1 when she's talking to Ned, and she literally says, "That's not me." And she knows who she is. She's always known, and I think she knows that her happy ending isn't within castle walls with a title and people. Her happy ending is off living the life that she deserves, and I'm glad that she's stuck to that. I'm glad that she knows what she wants, and she's not going to let Gendry, as handsome and muscly and as he is, she's off.
Yeah, she's got her own idea of what her life should be, and that's fine. But she even says that to the Hound, that she would just want me back.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see Nymeria before this season is up.
Yeah, I really, really think that it would be a missed opportunity if Nymeria never comes back. We know she's out there, she's alive, she's got a giant wolf pack. Come on.
But then in this episode, people ignore the dogs.
How this dog has been with you through everything. Ghost has been a loyal friend.
Such a good dog.
He got his ear bitten off, and you won't even pet him once.
It's so frustrating.
I wanted to give John a slap round the face.
Yeah, I mean, he says goodbye to Sam.
Yeah.
He gives him a hug.
Yeah.
And the ghost is just looking at it like, are you not going to say goodbye?
Excuse me. And even when Sam is watching John ride away, and Ghost
comes
comes around the corner like, dude!
It's so sad.
It's
he thinks he's got a dragon now, he doesn't need his wolf.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he hasn't got a dragon now, has he?
No,
so
he's not anymore.
That's what you get, John.
Yeah.
Don't look after your pets, you don't get more.
He's literally, all of his pets are getting wounded. Where is he?
Riding off on a horse now.
But that was a nice moment with Sam.
Absolutely.
Even if I was more worried about the dog.
Yeah, I love his little, I think that was his way of bragging when he was joking about how you make babies. I feel like he was like, humble brag.
Yeah, he's come so far from being this awkward kid who couldn't hold a sword to, having a wife who cares about him and having a baby son on the way. Like, it's lovely.
I am so glad though that him and Tormund and everyone else are not coming to King's Landing. They're done.
Yeah.
They're
safe.
We've done our part. We're going now.
Yeah.
I love that because they didn't have much longer left if they went to King's Landing, especially.
Yeah. I hope we get something in the last episode that's sort of like a tie-up of what happened to them next.
Absolutely.
But just knowing that they're safe, it's quite nice. It was nice in that episode as well to see them enjoying the victory.
Yeah, I feel like they've paced these episodes really well. Calm and then storm and then back to calm again. Whereas this wasn't calm, this was frat party.
Yeah. It was nice. It was like Tormund at one point was having the time of his life, the next minute he was crying. But
me when I am drunk.
And he was just having the time of his life. I think the only thing that could have made his night better was if Brienne had paid any attention to him.
I really like that moment though when Brienne leaves and Tom's like, it's my time, I'm going, and Jamie just stands up against him. And I'll go this way. I love that.
And Pod. I don't know if everyone spotted this, but obviously Pod had a little moment with a girl and he goes off. And then the next scene,
you see him with two girls.
Just in the background of one of them.
I love that the showrunners are obviously just like, come on, it's your time, it's your moment.
He's having the best night. He's fine.
He's
fine.
Don't
have to worry about Pod.
We do still have to worry about Hot Pie though. We haven't seen.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on what people think in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
What's happening.
That's the thing. Does anyone else know that any of this is happening? When Dany is like, everyone should be loyal to us now, we've saved them. I'm like, do you tell them about
Are they
it?
going to believe about the zombies and the giants?
It sounds a bit far-fetched.
It does sound a bit like lies.
If no one ever actually sees those dragons.
Yeah, and they'll all be dead by the time anyone does it.
Yeah.
I hope not.
No.
Who do you think will die next episode?
I think Tyrion has got a giant bullseye on his forehead right now. He's lived through so much that he shouldn't have lived through.
Mm-hmm.
He's played so many parts with so many different people, and I really think that next episode will be his last, as much as I don't want to.
Yeah.
I think the next one is the Hound. He very much, I think he's had his last hurrah, and I think he knows that as well. He seems so beat down, and I think he's kind of lost the fight in him now. So obviously him and Arya are both going down to King's Landing. So
do you think he's going to try and take on his brother?
I think he could do. I don't know why, but I literally couldn't care less about it. Everyone keeps talking about this giant Clegane Bowl that's going to happen, and I'm like, is there time? We've got 2 episodes. I don't want to see 2 people just fight again.
That's true.
This is going to be unpopular, and again, I've been saying it since the beginning, and I don't know how much of it is because I'm scared that it's going to happen. But I think Arya has served her purpose, and she has wrapped up her storyline, and she wants to go kill Cersei, and I don't think she's going to be able to. She's already had her moment with the Night King, so it doesn't make sense to be the one that kills the Night King and Cersei.
Yeah, true.
So I reckon something is going to happen when she tries to do that, and I think that will be what kills her.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen at the end with Dany and Sansa? Again, that whole conversation was just left unsaid. Dany has left now. Winterfell, Sansa's still there. No agreement has been reached. Even Tyrion himself says, "I'd feel way better going to this war if I knew that you two are allies," and they're very clearly not.
Yeah, I think towards the start of the season we could have seen some sort of union between Jon and Dany, bringing the kingdom together and everyone getting along. You know, even if they weren't necessarily independent anymore, they would be loyal to the crown. But now that Sansa knows about Jon, now that she's telling Tyrion that,
everyone about it.
Literally, she's completely blabbing straight away. I feel like I don't know if there can ever be a settlement there.
There'll never be peace there with those two houses, and it's just the cycle again of, will we just always be fighting for that throne?
There's not going to be anyone left by the time they finish fighting, so they have to settle this in 2 episodes. So whether that's they're going to leave it open and the Game of Thrones just keeps turning, but
Really
Dany said
not.
she wanted to break the wheel.
She
wanted
did.
to stop this happening, and she's perpetuating it as much
I
as
feel
everyone
like
else.
she's lost sight of why she was doing this. She wants to be queen, she wants to have her people adore her, but is that all she wants? So obviously the thing that's causing the most tension at the moment, other than the whole Cersei thing, is the family issues and whose side who is on and who trusts who. What do you think Jon is going to do in the end? I feel like he's going to be put in a position where he has to make a choice.
Between his family and Dany?
His family that he was brought up with and the family that he now realises he is part of.
There's so many moments in that episode where they were like, he's a Stark, he's one of us. Sansa was like, our family, men in our family don't do well going down south. Tyrion's like, he's not a Stark. And the way she looked, I think he knew something was up straight away. So I think the theme of Jon picking between those two is really strong. I think ultimately he is just driven by that Ned Stark attitude of whatever's honourable, whatever's right. But it's kind of leaving a gap in making his family vulnerable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Putting targets on his family.
Yeah. Well, that whole the fight scene where the dragon dies and Missandei dies, that wouldn't have happened if Jon hadn't agreed with Dany. He'd agreed with Sansa, and I hope he sees that. I hope he realises that it was his mistake that caused that.
Yeah, the reason that they went south was Dany's ego. She couldn't wait. She had to know that their loyalty was with her.
Yeah.
She demanded that they go right away. They didn't rest up, which meant that armies were still recovering. They didn't do any recon, which meant they didn't know about the crossbows, and that's where the dragon died. And the boats. They could have gone into that situation a lot stronger than they did. And she forced their hand. And he only went with her because he wanted to prove something.
I really hope that the scene in the Weirwood was him realising who his family is and where his loyalty should lie. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen, whether he thinks it's going to be all like roses and sunshine when Dany takes the throne, but I think the more mistakes Dany makes, the more Jon might realise that the honourable thing isn't to let her be on the throne.
That's true. I think when he sees what happened, when he sees the dragons down, when he sees the boats are all destroyed, Missandei's dead, their forces have been reduced, he has to switch on.
Yeah. At the very beginning of this season, who did you think would be on the throne at the end?
I thought they were working towards it being Jon or Dany. I guess I was sort of leaning towards Jon just based on all of the preamble they've done about his lineage and who he really is. They've obviously been working towards that for 8 years. But now? No, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No.
I think a lot of people have been left in that situation where, I think I said earlier, the people who you thought were good and just aren't, and the people who have been through a lot and have come out the other side, they're actually redeeming themselves and they are the honourable ones.
Yeah. I think Sansa would be fantastic as a leader, but I don't think she'll leave Winterfell. I think if she's queen of anything, it'll be queen of the North.
Yeah. That then goes into the theory though of if there even will be an Iron Throne at the end. I don't think there will be. I don't think there will be much of King's Landing either. So I won't be surprised if the ending is up in the north.
Yeah, or just completely fragmented, different people ruling different areas. That would be. I mean, she did want to break the wheel.
Yeah.
So tearing
it would
down
be a way to
everything-
do it.
Yeah.
So I think the general consensus is that no one knows what is going to happen, and this episode specifically has just blown everything open. I'd be really interested to know what your thoughts are, so let us know down below.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.